With Vermillion Enterprises. Today is January 2nd, 2025. It's the first video of the year, and as to a lot of you guys and gals will be happy, I think we're going to start resuming shipping here. We'll start taking orders, internet and phone orders today. Shipping will resume on Monday, what is that, the 5th, maybe the 6th, whatever Monday is when we will start actually mailing out the packages. But if you want to call in and place an order today or tomorrow, that'd be fine. We'll happily accept. And but just remember, Saturdays and Sundays we do not take phone and internet orders. We have revamped some of what we're doing there, and we're going to go over that now. So please, if you're interested in placing orders with us, please watch the entirety of this video. Please don't just skip in throughout and then call and ask questions that you would be able to answer by just watching this video. So please, if you're ever going to watch a full video of ours, please watch this one. All right, for Tim's sanity and my sanity and all your guys' sanity. All right, so first, Happy New Year's to everybody, and we had some probably the most positive news, information, whatever you want to call it, for this industry that I've seen in years. So recently, last month, it came out that the powers that be in our industry who handle the AML side of it, which is the anti-money laundering side of it, has been in cooperation, or collaboration I should say, with the IRS. And they have beautifully come to a very simplistic understanding of what are the true requirements when it comes to reporting a 1099-B tax schedule for the transaction of precious metals. So Tim, coming in on this, it was widely accepted before throughout the industry that if you sold a kilo bar of gold, for example, 32.15 ounces, that was a 1099-B registered transaction. 25 gold Krugerrands, 25 gold maple leafs, all those would trigger that. 1,000 face of junk 90 would trigger it. 1,000 ounces of generic silver would trigger it. So as you can see, there's various things that was commonly accepted throughout the industry as that would trigger 1099-B. It turns out none of that was really the case. And the IRS has come out and made a very simplistic translation of what actually is required. So what is required in the way of a dealer, if you will, submitting a 1099-B on the behalf of a client during a transaction. So this is beautiful. This clears up so much. All right, only on gold. It's only gold bars that are 100 ounces or more and a kilo. All right, so one 100 troy ounce bar or 3 kilo bars would trigger a form. And that is only on bars that are made by accredited brands. So these are the LBMA brands. And what it comes down to is it's only transactions that actually could satisfy a futures contract. And the futures contracts are very specific on what they will accept in the way of precious metals. So for gold, that are gold bars that are 100 troy ounces or 3 kilo bars of gold. So no more having to report 25 1 ounce gold maple leafs, for example, or Krugerrands. All that is over with. All that headache is and nonsense is in the past. We no longer have to do it, and that is effective for 2024. So none of the transactions that we did in 2024 will a 1099-B have to be issued for. So that is awesome, and that saves us a lot of headache too, because they were really a pain in the butt. All right, now silver. The minimum reportable amount that we have to submit for silver is if someone sells us 5 bars or more of COMEX bars. So 5 1,000 ounce bars or more at a time. So obviously that's never going to happen, not in a shop like ours. So that's what a futures contract would require, is 5 1,000 ounce bars. So no more having to report if someone sells us 1,000 ounces of generic silver. that's not reportable anymore. So, or never was actually. It was just assumed that that's what it meant as it being 1,000 ounces. But no longer. It's only if the transaction includes 5 1,000 ounce LBMA bars. And obviously in a shop like mine, that's never going to happen. In 11 years, that's never even presented itself. I don't see that happening in the next 11 years also. And then platinum bars. So platinum bars, 10 troy ounces or greater bars, but total minimum required amount is 50 ounces. So it has to be 5 10-ounce bars of platinum or some other combination as long as it's 50 troy ounces. So that could happen, but so 50 troy ounces or more of 10-ounce bars or bigger. So someone could come in and sell 100 1-ounce platinum bars. It's not going to trigger the form. If they come in and sell 5 10-ounce platinum bars or bigger, then yes, that would trigger the form. And then palladium, same thing, 10 troy ounces or more bars with a total minimum requirement of 100 troy ounces. So that'd be 10 bars of 10 ounces or more. To get to 100 ounces. So someone could come in and sell 100 1-ounce palladium bars, and that's not going to trigger a form. All right. So hopefully that clarifies that. So let's go back to gold, because that's the one that is probably the most readily that we see the most of, right? So it is the minimum reportable amount is 100 troy ounces or 3 kilo bars. And so if someone comes in and sells 100 1-ounce gold maple leafs, not going to trigger the form. Whereas before the industry accepted it as being 25 ounces. So now it's as many as you want to sell at a time and not have to worry about a 1099B. You can sell 1,000 1-ounce gold maple leafs and it would not trigger a form 1099B. How awesome is that, Tim?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's. I'm so glad that this happened. This has cost me transactions in the past. People would say, I don't want to do it if it's going to trigger a form, which I get. But at the same time, we were following what was dictated to us as being required by law. And now the IRS, along with the powers that be in the industry, have really taken the time to really delve into this. Because if you read into the statutes, which I think are from the late 70s, early 80s, they are opaque. It is really hard to figure out. But now they've come out and said exactly what is the minimum requirements, and they're all based on the COMEX futures contract, what they'll actually accept. So that's awesome. Thank God they did that. And I saves us time and money with the tax pros this tax season getting out 1099Bs. All right. So anything there you think I need to clarify, Tim?
So just one last thing. It used to be, 1,000 face of constitutional silver?
Yeah, so junk silver, 1,000 face would trigger a form in the past. Now it doesn't, there is no minimum that would trigger a form. For silver, it's 1,000 ounce bar size that is reportable, but it has to be 5 bars. So junk 90 is not even in the conversation anymore. Silver rounds are not even going to be in the conversation anymore. 5-ounce bars, 10-ounce bars, kilo bars, 100-ounce bars of silver are not even in the conversation anymore. You can sell as many as you would like, total ounces, because none of it is reportable. It is only 1,000-ounce bars with a minimum of 5 bars, and junk 90 is not included at all.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's huge. So, wow, does that make it easier on us? That is for sure. Thank God they did that. All right, so moving forward here at Vermillion Enterprises, like I said, we're going to open up shipping today, or purchasing and taking orders over the phone and internet today. Shipping will resume on Monday. All right, so we have revamped kind of what we're doing here, gold, silver, and platinum wise, and we've installed something I think you guys are going to like. So let's dig in. Let's do silver first, Tim. All right, so on silver bullion and junk 90, it's free shipping now, guys and gals. We're not charging any shipping on junk 90 and 999 silver anymore, but we are installing some minimums. So one, On the 999 silver, we are only taking orders to ship that are 100 ounces or more. Now that's free shipping, but a minimum order for 999 silver is 100 ounces for shipping. Junk 90, minimum order is 150 face of Junk 90. Again, that's going to be free shipping. And now we're not going to be taking smaller orders with shipping. The minimum order that we're going to take for shipping is 150 face of Junk 90 and 100 ounces of silver. That is the minimum order. We're not going to ship anything smaller than 100 ounces of silver or 150 face of Junk 90. But the shipping is now free. So you don't have to figure out or call in, hey, what's the shipping going to be on this? It's not going to be anything. But minimum orders are 100 ounces on 999 silver, and Junk 90 minimum orders are 150 face moving forward. Now, if you're interested in numismatics, like graded Morgans, for example, same shipping as before. If it goes USPS, $14. If it's going FedEx, it'll be $30. So same as before with that. But Junk 90, 999 silver, free shipping, but minimum orders. 150 face on Junk 90, 100 ounces on 999 silver, whether it's Silver Eagles, foreign silver, or generic silver. So anything there that wasn't being clear on, Tim?
It's very clear, but it sounds like something we're going to have to repeat a few times throughout a few videos.
Well, and that's what I say, guys and gals. Make sure you watch this whole video in its entirety from start to finish if you're interested in purchasing precious metals from us, because it's going to answer a lot of those questions. All right, let's talk about gold. If you buy 1 ounce gold or more from us, it is free shipping. So if you're buying a 1 ounce gold buffalo or 1 ounce gold eagle or more, no shipping. Now, if you buy less than an ounce of gold, we're going to have to collect $14 USPS shipping. So as long as you buy an ounce, guys and gals, no shipping charges. So I hope that's clear. If you buy less, like say you buy a couple 10th ounce or a quarter ounce of gold, we're going to collect shipping on that. But 1 ounce or more, free shipping. Make sense, Tim?
Yeah.
All right, so that should answer a lot of those questions, right?
Gold bugs should be very happy.
All right, good. Platinum, 2 ounces or more, free shipping. 1 ounce or less than 2 ounces, we are going to collect the $14 USPS shipping. So hopefully that's, we understand all that. Free shipping on 2 ounces or more, less than 2 ounces, it's $14 USPS. All right.
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. So, how are we accepting payment? So we accept payment here at Vermillion Enterprises via cash, which is most preferable. Zelle, we'll take that. Now, guys and gals, you have to understand, especially if you never used Zelle before or just a couple times, usually Zelle has limits in place. Sometimes it can be as low as $500 per transaction. Usually there are $1,000 to $1,500, maybe $2,000, and that's kind of what you can expect to do with Zelle. All right, so we've had a number of people come into the shop expecting to be able to do like $20,000 on a Zelle transaction. Doesn't work that way. All right, very rarely will it work that way. So just keep that in mind. Zelle's great. It wasn't really designed for transferring for ounces of gold, for example, but it's great. It's quick, it's fast, and it's secure. But it is for those smaller transactions. Basically, 2,000 or less is really what Zelle is for, and sometimes it's less. So just keep that in mind. There are a few accounts out there that can do more, but they're few and far between. So just keep that in mind. So cash, Zelle, wire transactions. Now, when you get up there in bigger ticket numbers, bigger transaction size, wires are preferable, cash or wires. Wires usually clear overnight, but not always. So once they clear, then the material is available for pickup or shipping, but it has to clear first. So it's not something you come in and you say, hey, I'm going to go do a wire and come back and pick it up. Yeah, not the same day. Usually it takes overnight to clear. And remember, if you're doing a wire transaction, try to do it first thing in the morning or at least before lunch, because oftentimes if it goes after 2 p.m., the wire won't be initiated until the next day. then it will clear over that day's night, and so you're really looking at 2, maybe even 3 days out before a wire will the funds are settled. So just keep that in mind. All right, and then also we take scrap metal. So if you have old gold jewelry laying around, 10 karat, 14, 18, 22 karat jewelry that you don't wear anymore, you can't wear, broken, don't like, whatever, we will cash that out at 90% of its value. So we either pay you 90% of its value, or you can put it towards payment towards the purchase of stackable precious metals at 90% of its rate. So whatever you prefer, we'll be happy to help. That also includes sterling silver flatware, hollowware, tableware, sterling silver rounds, and sterling silver tea sets. So if you're interested in liquidating any of that material, either for cash or towards the purchase of stackable precious metals, we will do that at 90% of its value. The value is determined based on the purity of metal, the price of gold or silver at the time of the transaction, and then also the weight of the material. And so a lot of people took advantage of that last year. I assume a lot of people are going to take advantage of that again this year. We're happy to do that, and we're going to continue to do that. Now remember, we're in the state of Florida, so we are licensed secondhand dealers here in the state. So those types of materials, we do have to report to the local sheriff's department when we purchase it. So we do need to have a copy of your driver's license, state ID card put in with the package, or if you come into the shop, just make sure you have that available, because we are going to need it. That's just part of the requirements for us to operate here in the state of Florida. So, and then last but not least, I decided to go ahead and start taking checks again. And I thought, how can we do that where it's going to make sense? And that's where the shipping minimums come into place. Because what was happening last year is we were having literally like 30 tickets in the hold tank that were being paid for by checks that were taking literally 3 to 4 weeks from start to finish by the time the transaction took place over the phone. By then, when we actually got the check, which could be like 10 to 14 days later, then wait for the check to clear, which was taking another 2 weeks. So it was taking almost a month, and these transactions were just piling up in our hold tank. So it became unruly. So I decided to go ahead and take checks again, same parameters as last year, up to $5,000. We're going to hold the checks for 2 weeks to make sure that they securely clear before we ship or you pick up. But they are going to be all check transactions, whether it's here in the shop or if it is something that we are shipping over the phone or through an internet order, is going to follow our minimum shipping requirements. So that's going to eliminate a lot of that. So hopefully that will help. And again, those are for transactions up to $5,000. Any clarification I need to make there, Tim?
No.
All right. So checks are back on the table. Minimum $5,000. Going to hold for 2 weeks. But remember, we have the shipping minimums in place. And if you want to come into the shop and write us a check, no problem. But again, the shipping minimums, even though we're not shipping it, are going to be in place for those checks. It's just a housekeeping thing for us on our end. So hopefully you guys and gals all understand that, and hopefully we can move forward with that and make it another very profitable 2025 year. 2024 was great. It was crazy. Towards the, I was looking at the sales because we're prepping for taxes. So what we saw was, I should have made a graph of it, but January sales were going up, and kind of peaked probably in March or April, and then started trickling down and really kind of bottomed out in July and August. September kind of spiked, had a nice September, and then it kind of came way down for October, November, and then in December it started going back up. The last 2 weeks of December we made some large sales, and across the counter business picked up too, which was nice. So I'm hoping that as we get on the other side of the holidays, sales start skyrocketing up like they did last year. January last year was huge in sales. All the way through April was huge in sales, and then we kind of started seeing a downtrend there. So hopefully we see that again this year, and well, time will tell. But we appreciate all the business you guys and gals have slung our ways. And again, we'll do a premiums video on Monday. But I wanted to make sure we got through all this today. And please, if you're interested in transacting with us, please watch this video from start to finish before you call in asking questions or want to place an order. So please just do that. All right. And Tim, make sure that's clear in the title of this video.
Must watch.
Yes. No, like you make it even more clear than that. All right.
Must watch 100% of something of. I'll figure something out.
All right. So we appreciate everything, guys and gals. You guys have a great day. If there's anything we can do for you, please reach out to the shop. Normal business hours today, tomorrow, and Saturday. We're after the holidays now, and then next week is normal business. You guys and gals have a great day. Thank you.